A fresh cup of coffee in the morning. A ritual for millions of people. Where do the coffee beans come from? How long and at what temperature are they roasted? What flavors are at play? How fine or coarse is the coffee grind? How long and at which temperature is the coffee brewed? Caffeine strength, acidity, bitterness, the residual moisture of the beans. All these factors have an impact on the result. Coffee is truly a science that can now be perfected with scientific support, thanks to the mobile near-infrared spectroscopy solution of the BASF subsidiary trinamiX. Originally applied in the industrial environment, the solution is now introduced to the world of coffee, and its application is not limited to large coffee roasters. The solution is affordable to small roasters. Looking at it from a commercial perspective, I now enable smaller businesses to stabilize their processes. It is important that produce, such as green coffee, arrives without flaws. During transport, information about the stability and residual moisture is important to prevent mold from growing. And I'm able to control and monitor a lot of different processes, be it in roasting or later in brewing, especially with a half-finished product like coffee. We carried out first measurements and noticed that we were able to offer helpful data. Together with coffee expert Dr. Schwarz, we quickly realized that our solutions could be applied across the entire value chain of coffee. With our focus on a small and handy device, we wanted to provide an easy-to-use solution for on-site measurements. I basically bring the lab to the sample and don't have to send the sample to the lab. Currently, the technology can be used to determine the caffeine content and residual moisture of coffee beans. In the future, further parameters such as the acidity content of coffee for people with stomach problems will be added. Can you actually measure coffee in a meaningful way? Are there any viable approaches, or is this just a joke? It's anything but a joke. It's a very potent device with a lot of possibilities. So now it's all about gathering solid data to feed the database. Then this becomes a very powerful method. One key advantage of this optical process lies in the fact that it is non-destructive. We emit an infrared light which penetrates the subject in millimeter range and is then reflected back to the device. The information is then transferred to a tablet or smartphone and sent to the cloud, where it is evaluated. And in 2 to 3 seconds, the results are displayed on the device. Quite a lot of data and information. But what does this mean for our coffee? What is the end result the consumer can expect? You get a much better tasting cup of coffee. trinamiX Mobile Near-Infrared Spectroscopy, an innovative and sustainable solution, especially for smaller roasters who cannot afford a large laboratory. Quality assurance from the plant to the breakfast table, handy and fast, affordable and reliable.
Aber der kuschelt einem schon die Geschmacksknospe.
Now that's a tasty cup of coffee.
BASF. We create chemistry.